Hello XR Army, here we are on Extreme Robots TV with this very special podcast edition, and I'm delighted to say I am joined by our very own YouTube sensation, Mr. Danny Malin.
Still looking for the sensation, but how are you doing, mate? You all right?
Really good. I'm so pleased that we can get this chance to sit down and have a chat, because it's been a bit of a whirlwind since you've been with us. We haven't had a chance to really discuss how it's been for you doing what you do on Extreme Robots. And also, I want to know a little bit more how about you got started in the world of YouTube, because you've taken it by a storm, mate.
Yeah, I mean, last year, joining up with you guys was amazing. And, you know, thank you for the opportunity, because, you know, growing up, watching robots and then actually being a part of it has just been great. Not having a clue about it and learning, I think what I took from it, right, was when the first time I went, the roboteers round back, they were a little bit hesitant of me, and like obviously seeing me on YouTube, thinking, oh, what's going on? What's this guy going to do? And I didn't feel welcomed at first because they were nervous. And then got to the second show, doing a bit of backstage filming. They started to warm up a little bit. I started to have a little bit of banter. That were good. Then by show 3, they're chasing me down. Like, oh, come and talk to me about this, come and talk to me about that. And in the end, it was really, really good. Did I learn much? Not really. What I did learn is how passionate the guys are about it, how competitive it is. And I remember I was filming with Tom, and on that last weekend, that's when the gears shifted. Things changed. And I got emotional because I didn't realise that somebody would then get knocked out, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I've watched them all season, getting to where they've got, and then they just lose one fight and that's it, they're out. And I got emotional about it, and I got emotional for them, and I'm like, oh, I've got to go backstage now and try and talk to these guys, and I'm choking up myself. And then just seeing how things shifted from it being one person in the lead, one team in the lead, to another, and then how competitive they got towards the end, but mostly how everybody's a family, and it's not this is the crew, this is the roboteers, this is the presenters, everybody just got along, and it's just great to be part of it.
Oh, it's lovely to have you with us. And what I've been really enjoying as we've been travelling around the country is the amount of people that have been coming up to you saying that they've watched you on YouTube, and it feels like they feel like they're really connected to you, because you bring a sort of a humanity to sort of the TV world sort of thing. And it's lovely watching them interact, and then, you know, also getting them along to the robots as well. And I think that's been really amazing, is seeing how they have responded to you, the roboteers, and us as well. It's completely changed the way we've looked at things. We're now going on YouTube, of course, for that very reason. You work very differently to what we've done previously, you know, sort of how quick you are at capturing moments, because I suppose when you're doing YouTube, you have to respond a little bit faster.
I mean, I think, you know, going back to your first question about how I got into YouTube, I worked on Leeds Market as a butcher. At the butchers, I was a catering manager, so I was travelling around to hotels, restaurants, basically trying to sell meat. And COVID were coming. I was losing my job because, you know, restaurants were shutting down, so there was no need for me. So my boss said, look, we can stay open as a butcher's, but, you know, they weren't going to put a knife in my hand because I'd take my arm off. So they said, we need you to do a job. So I says, right. And I got on socials and started just being a bit stupid. And I remember one time I turned up, and my gaffer couldn't believe what was going on. I put size 11 pink high heels on, a wig, a dress, a pearl necklace. I put eyelashes, bit of lippy on, and I created this character called Florence, who ended up being like the sort of backbone of the butchers and taking the orders over the phone and all. And that's what the character he created. It just become fun. And I then did a little video about bog rolls, and I went, I hope if people find out I've got 10,000 bog rolls and 80,000 hand sanitizers, they'll kick me bloody door in. And I put it up on Facebook. It got 8 million views, and that's when I thought, hey, there's something here. So I started doing little funny skits like that, and because when lockdown hit, people were sat at home, they enjoyed it, and then they started ordering meat from us, because then I'm like, look, put your order in now and I'll deliver it to your door. So like, oh, he's going to come drop it off. and then I'd be going having banter with them. So then I started doing YouTube with Rate My Takeaway, started filming the videos, and one thing I said from the beginning is, I don't do much scripted stuff. I just like to turn up and just be myself. And that's the thing. I think sometimes people just want to see real life, and that's what YouTube gives to you, because, you know, people say, do your thumbnail this way, do your video that way, do this. And I was just like, no, do you know what? I'm just going to be me. And if I'm going to sing a song, I can't sing, but I'll have a go. If I want to talk to someone, I'll talk to someone. And that's what I do. So it's gone on from there. And it's just grown, and I've become sort of like this YouTube personality. People have said how I've helped them out with their mental health and things, struggles that I've had in my life. I've been quite open with on YouTube. And then obviously coming onto Extreme Robots, you know, some of it's quite funny because, you know, some people don't know that I do that. So then when they see me at the show, they're just blown away. Then they're like, I can't believe I've come to Extreme Robots and you're here as well. And then I've seen people and they've seen me wearing the top and they've gone, oh, Danny, what's that about? And I've gone, oh, Extreme Robots. Oh, we'll go on, check website, get some tickets and come see us. And it's great. It's great because, you know, like what I do with my, you know, my new channel, Danny versus Food, it's for people of all ages, which is exactly what Extreme Robots is. You've got kids and then you've got grandma and granddad that are loving it. So for me, it's just a really, really good fit, and I enjoy it. And I'm really looking forward to this year, to helping Extreme Robots on the YouTube, trying to get that audience, because the one thing with YouTube is you're creating your own TV channel. That's what you're doing. So with me, with Danny V Food, it's my own TV channel. I dictate what goes up and what doesn't. And it's shown all around the world. I get people, you know, we'll put a video up at 6:30. By about 8:30, there's people from America, Australia commenting. I'll wake up in the morning and it'll be a lot of international comments that's on, and then through the next day it'll be a lot of people. So you can reach people around the world. They can see what you're doing. And I think with Extreme Robots, it's going to take off because everybody loves robots. Everybody loves mechanics. The fact that, you know, things are beating each other up, who don't like that, you know, it's controlled violence in a way. And people love it. So the humour that we put in is going to be class. Working with you guys is amazing. The whole crew. So I'm looking forward to it because it's a different experience for me, because I'm used to just looking at a camera with some food in front of me, chatting away, people coming up and chatting to me. Whereas with this, sometimes I've got to put a little bit more thought into it, you know, but it's just fun.
Yeah, I mean, it is great fun, and I think that's one thing we've looked to try and do in the last few years is really lean into the fact that it is a fun family experience. You know, the sport element of it, as you've seen yourself, gets very competitive, but you've got to get that balance right of making sure people realise it's also really fun as well. Now, we talked about, obviously, the YouTube side of things, and even with the Extreme Robots TV app as well, because we have the community feature and the fact you can leave comments on there, it means that we can listen to feedback and interact with what we call the XR Army and actually sort of change things throughout the year as well, which is amazing, and being able to talk specifically to our audience all around the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, you know, the app's great. And when I first signed up with you guys and you said to me, I'll have a look at this, I thought, this is amazing. And as it progressed through the year last year, looking at the app, looking at the live streaming, just giving, you know, the XR Army, but then people, the ability to join that army is just fantastic. So then migrating that onto YouTube as well, people putting the comments on, you know, like you say, we can look at it, we can, you know, if people want to see certain things in a show, if they're like, oh, I want to see a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that, because obviously I'm filming backstage on Danny V Robots, that's what we're doing. So I can have a look at that and go and, you know, go backstage, and I capture a lot of things, or I did last year, that, you know, people out front watching the show don't see. You know, I'm always like sort of terrorising Ellie at some point, you know. she's there and she's looking all pretty, ready to go on the screen and be thinking, and then I'm there waiting with a microphone and I'm saying to Tom, look, let's get her now. And then it's straight in, you know, catching the behind the scenes stuff that people don't see, you know. 1 minute she's up smiling, next minute she's sat down on her phone like this, having a drink. And it's like, wake up! But that's the beauty of it, because we're capturing all the elements of the show. And most things, when it's a big production like Extreme Robots, you're just going to see the robots and the presenters. You're rarely going to see everything else, because we're able to capture that. Then we've got the live stream going on. It's exciting, isn't it?
It's really, really exciting. Now, you're used to being followed around by your cameraman and obviously Tom and the team that are here today. The one thing I don't know if you're so used to doing is being in front of a live audience. And last year we had record attendances across all of our show, more than 10,000 people coming to see us live. From your point of view, taking away the camera, what was that like?
So, do you know what? It was nerve-wracking for me, because, like I say, I'm used to just no script, off the cuff, talking, being in that environment of the safety of the table and chair, because I'll be honest with you, that table and chair, it's like a cape. Do you know what I mean? I put it on, I get it out, and that's it, I'm in the zone. Now, when I'm listening to you and Ellie, I'm thinking, God, these guys know what they're doing. You know, you've got the voices, the presenter, the whole shabam, and I'm thinking, I'm going to sound like a right muppet out here. So it was nerve-wracking. But you know what? It's about teamwork, and they say teamwork makes the dream work, and working with you guys, it's brilliant, because it fills you full of confidence, because it's like, it's not you against them, us against us, it's everybody's just helping everyone. And you pick up little pointers, you pick up little bits, and that's what I've done. I'm learning from you guys, because, you know, I've not worked in this kind of environment before. Like I say, I'm just used to doing the YouTube stuff. You know, I do a lot of, you know, business talks and stuff like that, and I'll go and talk about YouTube and what it's all about and how I've achieved things, so I can do that with a live audience. But when you're there in that arena, and people are there with the foam hands, and they're giving it all this, and they're chanting, and I'm thinking, oh God, they're going to come to me in a minute, and I've got to try and carry this on. But then I think to myself, do you know what? Just be you. We're giving stuff away for free here. People are going to love it. Let's go for it. I can see people, like some people, when the further south they go, when I'm talking, they're like, eh? What's he said? What's he on about? And then we had a discussion earlier on. It's funny because, like, with Ellie, she's a northern lass like me. So, you know, we're the odd ones out, really, when we're with all you guys. And when she's talking, you know, she's got 50 million different voices that she puts on, but when she's around me, then that little bit of northern comes out, and it's like, yeah, you know, you can pretend northern lass, but you know, it's near.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's good, mate. It was nerve-wracking, and I think every show is for everyone. You know, no matter what you do, I'm sure with you, you know, when you go out and you do your bit and you're coming out, you know, there's a bit on VT that I'm going to grass her up now that Ellie alerted me to, that she laughs at something like you go like this, and now I were doing it as well. I were laughing, but that's it.
I'm going to find out where that is, and Ellie
we're
and I,
definitely
we need to
leaving
have a
it
talk
in
about that. Yeah.
Because it's humour that we get.
Yeah.
You go something like, and it is
100%. But I think that's you know, you talk about that different environment that you've come from and watching us. Well, we're learning from you as well, because you'll go out in front of, you know, 1,000 people at our shows, and it feels like they're talking to their mate one-on-one, even though there's that many people. And that's a real skill that I watch you and I think I want to learn how to do that. I'm used to doing big crowds. What I'm not used to is this so much. But you make it so personable. And the fact that, you know, we're able to give away all these things this year. I mean, we're wearing these amazing new tops by Raven Sport, and all of our amazing sponsors on them, giving those things away, which you're going to be doing through the shows. It's fantastic.
Mate, I'm going to be honest with you. You've smashed it this year with these guys, because, you know, we've got drinks, we've got snacks.
We're sorted. Yeah. We don't want to do the show. We just sit around and drink and eat.
Then we've got drinks, we can get fizzy, and it's like, wow. And then we've got bags, we can carry it all in. I'm like, this is great. You know what I mean? Basically, you can grab one of the bags, fill it up with all the gear. You've got to pack up. You're ready to go. But yeah, it's just, you know, Extreme Robots for me. If you would have turned around to me this year and said, you know what, Dan, thank you very much, but I don't think we need you this year, I'd have been absolutely gutted.
I'm going to say that to Ellie now after what you just told me, so that's fine. Yeah.
I can have a job.
Yeah, it's fine.
Brilliant. I knew it'd work. Sorry, Ella, you're out.
So, Danny, before we let you go, because you're a very busy person, because I think even this afternoon you're going to go and do some filming. Tell us, I'm sure everyone watching this already knows where to find you on socials and also on your YouTube channel, but tell us a little bit more about that and where they can watch you.
Yeah, so, well, I've got a few now, mate. I mean, I've been branching out. It's like I've got my own network now. This is it. I've created YouTube. I've turned it into DanTube. Right? So, Danny V Food, you can find me on there. Travelling all over the place with my table and chair, eating food as I usually do. Then I've teamed up with a good pal of mine who I fetched to the show last year, Gary from Gary Eats. So me and Gary go around. He's been taking me to Michelin star restaurants, you know, which is something that I'm not used to, you know, the finer food. I mean, I'm an oven bloke, me, so, you know, kebab meat and chips, that's usually my bag. But going to some of these Michelin star places and eating things like trout and all that, I'm like, what in the world is going on? But it's been an experience, so you can find me on there. That's funny. I've got another one with my wife, Mr. and Mrs. Yorkshire, so we're travelling around. It's more like family vlogs, that. So we've been doing really well with that. That's a lot of fun. And then I've got a podcast that I've started with a pal of mine, Jordan Gray. It's called Hey Up, Listen Here. And that is a little bit different. That's more like, you know, sort of skirting the cuff of should this really be on it, some of the episodes. We talk about some weird and wonderful stuff. But again, you know, that it's not hitting big numbers, but it's just fun. Yeah. It's fun. And at the moment now, obviously I had that big change last year where I walked away from Rate My Takeaway. Mentally, I'm a lot stronger now. I'm a lot happier. I'm managing to do things that I want to do, and all the things that I'm doing are just all interlinking with each other, and it's enjoyment, and that's what it's about. You know, everybody would love a job what you can enjoy. That's what you want to do, and thankfully I can now say that I love my job. I love working with everybody and everything that I do, and it's fantastic.
Oh mate, that's the best way to put it. We are so lucky to have you with us, Danny Malin, everybody, and we can't wait to see what he does on Danny versus Robots and at the live shows as well.
Yeah,
Danny Malin.
Thank you. See you soon.
Welcome to the new home of mechanised combat. Extreme Robots TV is your one-stop shop for Europe's biggest and best robot combat show. And it's now available to download as an app on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. With the Extreme Robots TV app, you can create custom playlists, chat to other fans in the XR Army, and get the latest thoughts from Roboteers using the community feature. Download and watch the action wherever you are, whenever you want. If you want to watch it on the biggest TV in your house, you can with screen sharing. Simply create an account at www.extremerobots.tv, download the app, and you're ready to go. So, if you want to experience the legends of Robot Wars clashing with the very best of modern combat robotics, download the Extreme Robots TV app for free today.